So this is gonna sound a little weird, but did you know that machines actually have souls? And it's literally every machine, from the humble lasgun to the massive Gloriana-class battleships. These things are collectively referred to as machine spirits, and they're believed to be an extension of the machine god that is worshipped by the Adeptus Mechanicus. There are just as many different types of machine spirits as there are machines. They normally range in power and temperament based on the size or importance of the machine, the larger ones being known to be particularly violent. You see, the Mechanicus believes that all machines and their spirits are sacred, and in order to keep the machine functioning, they have to ritualistically appease them. You see, we may look at turning some nuts and bolts as basically standard fare, but to the Mechanicus, this is seen as a holy and sacred act. Meaning a standard repair job isn't complete without a whole bunch of sacred incense, and a whole lot of prayers to the machine god. It's believed that if a machine spirit isn't kept happy, then any number of problems can begin to develop. Even something as simple as a gun barrel jamming can be blamed on the ill temperament of a machine spirit. And although it's easy to write this off as just superstition, there's a lot of documented cases that prove their beliefs may actually be real. For example, the Space Marine tanks known as Land Raiders have been known to continue operating and fighting even after their crew has all been killed. Another interesting case is that of the Imperial Knights. See, the pilot of one of these knights has to undergo a ritual where they're plugged in and bond with the machine spirit. And this takes years of training before they're even given the opportunity. When they're plugged in, the pilot basically has to wrestle the knight's spirit into submission. And that's honestly easier said than done because these things are incredibly powerful. If the pilot fails, then their brain will basically be turned to mush. They'll be permanently left in a vegetative state. A once aspiring pilot with a bright future ahead of themselves crippled beyond repair. Now, even if they do manage to get this thing under their control, they're not out of the woods yet, as the spirit of a knight can often be incredibly wrathful, and in the heat of battle may end up taking over for the pilot. There are many instances where the knights need to make a tactical retreat. The knight's need for battle and vengeance is completely overpowering. In these instances, the knight can actually end up taking over the mind of the pilot, which can cause them to push ahead and overextend, and the knight goes down swinging. There are even instances of ships themselves refusing to take certain paths through the warp, as if they're able to sense something that their crew can't. Now, it's also rumored that machine spirits are nothing but misunderstood AI, but never tell this to a member of the Mechanicum, because they see AI as heretical, and refer to it as abominable intelligence. And listen, when it comes to the ritualistic appeasement of machines, using sacred oils and chants and binary in order to appease them, I may not have ever worked in the IT department myself, but I've been told it's basically the same thing.